On UT10 News, the Toledo community is gearing up for Autism Awareness Month.
And a local organization is seeking homes for furry friends in need.
Plus, Jacob McCaffey takes us to Cleveland, where the women's basketball team look to punch their ticket to the big dance. Your news in 10 minutes starts now. Thanks for joining us. I'm Madison Humphrey.
And I'm Courtney Steck. New this morning, for the first time in over a decade, the Rocket women are heading back to the NCAA championship.
This will be Coach Tricia Cullip's first time heading to the big dance. Reporter Andrew Kirsten was at Savage Arena last night for the big announcement.
Over the weekend, Toledo dominated the MAC tournament in Cleveland. After beating Northern Illinois on Saturday morning, they earned a spot in the NCAA championship for the first time in 16 years. Players and fans gathered in Savage Arena to see which seed the Rockets would capture.
I think realistically it's probably going to be between an 11 and a 13. I think the thing is, number one, we're just happy to be in it. But number two, we're not going to play like it. We're very proud of the opportunity. We want to embrace it. We want to give our best effort. But we also want to be smart.
After waiting and watching the Jumbotron in Savage Arena, Toledo's name was finally announced live on ESPN. They are the 10th seed and will head out west to play the 7th seeded Creighton Blue Jays. That game will be 3 hours in another time zone, but the players aren't worried about the trip.
In the past 2 weeks, we've been going straight, and so to play 4 games in 6 days, I feel like we've been tested, and we obviously did okay, got the championship.
The Rockets will play this Friday night in Corvallis, Oregon, with tip-off at 7:30 p.m. I'm Andrew Kirsten for UT10 News.
For the past 2.5 years, UT officials have been working to better our campus. On February 20th, the Board of Trustees approved the master plan. The look and feel of campus will evolve during 2 5-year segments. Plans include new varsity athletic fields and Res Life renovations.
I think what the students will see is that we're hearing their voice, that we're taking some of their recommendations and transforming the spaces on our campus to make sure that they're providing them with the environments that they need to be successful.
Scott Park, UTMC, and engineering campuses will be receiving updates as well. To check out the entire master plan, go to UT10news.com.
There are nearly 2,500 international students who attend UT.
Unfortunately, a majority of those students don't have the right clothing to keep them warm. Reporter Leah Coates went to find out what can be done to help.
There are many international students every year that come from around the world. Many are from warm countries and have never encountered cold weather.
We noticed the previous winter of students that were coming in January of 2016 that were not prepared for the cold weather we experienced in Northwest Ohio.
That's why the Success Coaches are holding a cold weather clothes drive. Students can come get the winter gear they need, including a coat, hat, scarf, and pair of gloves.
Having this opportunity for the drive for the international students help them know what to pick, especially people from the warm countries.
If you're interested in donating clothes or you're an international student and would like to receive donations, feel free to come to Rocket Hall to the Center for Success Coaching office, room 1830. I'm Aaliyah Coates for UT10 News.
According to the CDC, 1 in 68 children are diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder.
Autism Speaks says care for those with autism can be more than $17,000 a year. The community and even students here at UT have been helping those families affected. On March 5th, the 10th Annual Acoustics for Autism hosted over 50 bands in downtown Maumee. Attendees of the event had a choice of over 5 different locations, including 2 bars, the Village Idiot and Buster Brown's. The event was free, however, donations were encouraged. Visitors affected by autism reached out to inform those unfamiliar with the disorder.
My son intends to go to college eventually and have a job, but it just takes a little bit longer for them because of their social skills.
Over $40,000 was raised from this year's event. April is Autism Awareness Month, and along with the community, UT will be supporting the cause as well by holding events to spread awareness. The students are even lending a hand. Autism Speaks is Alpha Xi Delta sorority's philanthropy, and the whole month the members host events to raise money for the cause.
We'll be holding Lighted Up Blue and also fundraising for the upcoming Autism Speaks Walk in the fall.
April is Autism Awareness Month. For a list of upcoming events, go to UT10news.com. The Toledo Area Humane Society is welcoming all animals, big or small. Each year, thousands of animals are brought to the shelter after being abandoned. The Humane Society is looking for people to adopt a new companion and give them a new forever home.
Our adoption process is fairly simple. People will come in, if they find the animal they're looking for, cat, dog, pocket pet, whatever they're looking for. It's just a matter of filling out a simple adoption contract and going through the paperwork.
The Humane Society is located at 827 Illinois Avenue in Maumee, and UT students get a 10% discount for adopting a furry friend.
Toledo is known as the Glass City, and the Museum of Art is giving you a chance to make your own glass creations. Glass art workshops are hands-on sessions. Students get the opportunity to work one-on-one with an art glass instructor in the hot shop. In the class, students can make everything from flowers to fish.
Very affordable, very exciting, something you can bring your friends or your family to come do.
The glass workshops are held at the Glass Pavilion. Each session is $30 for TMA members and just $10 more for non-members.
I'm Jacob McAfee, and this is your UT10 Sports Report. As you all know, March brings the madness to college basketball. This held true for the men's as they took on the Ohio Bobcats in the quarterfinals of the MAC tournament. The Rockets started off hot in the first half, leading by as many as 15. UT's big men were hitting from outside as Nate Navigado and Luke Konepke knocked down some early threes as a part of 16-4 run. But the Bobcats would come clawing back, going on a run as well. The Rockets would take a 37-29 lead into halftime. The second half was a different story as Ohio went on a 12-0 run out of the break. Despite trailing by as much as 8, UT would retake the lead with 28 seconds left, but Ohio's Kenny Kaminsky would hit the game-winning shot, ending the Rockets tournament. After the game, UT's head coach, Todd Kowalczyk, spoke about his team's performance.
How we started the second half was clearly the story of the game. I thought our transition defense was poor.
The Rockets will play George Washington in the College Basketball Invitational tomorrow. Next, it was the women's turn to show what they had in the MAC semifinals. The Rockets got off to a slow start, but after a timeout, they got it back on track with a layup by Kayla McIntyre. Mariela Santucci led the way with 21 points, including back-to-back threes. Michaela Boyd had a big game as well, with 10 points and 11 boards, but Buffalo would not go away, with Courtney Wilkins coming off the bench and adding 11 points of her own. But Toledo was just too much, finishing off the Bulls and advancing to the MAC championship game. On to the championship game as the Rockets took on the Northern Illinois Huskies for a spot in the NCAA tournament. Michaela Boyd got it going early, adding 2 of her game-high 27 points. It was all about defense in this game as Kayla McIntyre had a career-high 6 block shots. The game was tied at 30 apiece going into halftime. The Huskies took a small lead after the break, but the Rockets would weather the storm and retake the lead. Olivia Cunningham was huge for UT as she poured in 20 points off the bench. The Huskies tried to fight back, but the Rockets put them away and win their first MAC title in 16 years. After the win, UT's head coach, Tricia Cullip, talked about what makes her team unique.
It's fun to coach a team and be in a locker room with a bunch of unselfish people who just want to win. They don't really care about accolades, they just want to win, and it's refreshing.
This will be the women's first NCAA tournament appearance since 2001. The Rockets will play Creighton in the first round of the tournament this Friday in Oregon.
Thanks, Jacob. Way to go, Rockets. That's it for UT10 News. For the latest breaking news from campus and bios from all UT10 reporters, go to our website, ut10news.com.
And remember, you can watch the live stream of our newscast production every Tuesday morning at 10:30 on our YouTube channel. For Courtney Steck, Jacob McAfee, and all of our crew, I'm Madison Humphrey. Have a great week and stay tuned for more news from the UT campus.